Hello, my name is Keith Hafford, and today I will be talking about why it is very important to be able to get your rest at night. Now, today I will be going over 5 points on why, excuse me, on why it is very important to get your sleep. My first main point today that I want to make is is the reason why it's very important to get sleep is because you need to have better productivity and better concentration um, for the next day. So what I mean by that is when you want to be productive, you want to be able to stand out in front of everybody else who who deems you as as that you're getting the proper rest and everything that you need. And what I mean by when you're being less productive, if you don't get less sleep, that basically means that you don't have enough energy to be able to do the things that you necessarily need to get done and same goes for even getting sleep in classes, right? Now, one example that I can bring from this point is say that say that you didn't get enough sleep because you were studying for an exam all night. You go to sleep, you wake up in about 3 to 4 hours, and then early in the morning, that is when your exam is. Now you think that just because you study all night, that makes you deem that you gonna pass this test. But if your mind isn't ready to get the proper care of what it needs from when it didn't get no sleep, then you won't be able to concentrate on straight, and then you end up thinking that you actually did pretty good, but then actually your mind failed you, and you wasn't able to pass that final exam that you needed to go to the next grade. Now that was my first point that I want to make about better productivity and concentration. My next point I want to make today is it is important to get sleep because you wanna have a lower weight gain risk, right? And what I mean by that is when you're sleeping, you're growing, right? Your body allows sleeping allows you to be able to get the blood cells and everything pumping through your body while you're sleeping, and then it allows for you to grow at a much more better rate every night. That's how people get tall every single day because they're getting that proper care and proper sleep that they need for their body to help understand on how they can help get more sleep. Now, say that you're a kid, you're about 9 and 10 years old, and you're one of the kids who stays up all night and play video games and everything else. But then in about 15, 16, when your puberty hits and then you stop growing at that point, you're gonna see that you wasn't able to grow that much because you're always up and about playing your games and everything, and not having the proper circulation for your body inside your own body of sleep. Now that is my second point that I have made for you today on why it is very important to get sleep. My third point is my third reason for why it is very important to get sleep is because of it can help better regulate your calories that you took in all day long. Now that goes and now that's actually a supporting detail for my second point. But the reason why I made this point is because the amount of food that we can consume and we can consume so much food, but if those calories isn't being used in the right way that it is supposed to be needed and done, that tells your body that I can just take all this food in, and then all the food can just go straight to the stomach, and the energy won't be distributed to work evenly out your body, which means you get a much more bigger belly, and you'll be out of shape because you're not getting the proper sleep that you need in order to take all those calories in and regulate it very properly throughout your entire body. Now that's the third point that I made on that. My fourth point today is it can have my fourth reason why it is important to get sleep because it can have a greater athletic perform, performance on your life. So say you're a student athlete in a high school or college, and and you just get out of practice. Your body is sore, your head's tired, you're sweating, and you're so thirsty and hungry. And then once you do all that, and then you don't get enough sleep for that night, you wake up the next morning being very sore still, and then your body won't be able to properly go to its limits to be able to help better your athletic career or your very own performance in a football game. And one example that I can bring from that is that I remember that I was a student athlete up in high school, and we had a very big game. Now the day before we had practice, and I wasn't able to get no sleep because I had a lot of things going on as for tests and everything. So I wasn't able to get enough sleep for the past few days, for the past 2 days before my football game. And that day, when I woke up, I was very sore, ill, very tired, and I wasn't able to have that high performance that I was expected to do, which caused for me to have a low athletic performance. Now, now my fifth and final point is 5 points. My last point of why it is very important to get sleep is because it can have consequences on your sleep deprivation. And what that means is that 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 when you can't sleep and then you have been sleeping for the past few days, that actually reverses to the point where your body don't want to go to sleep at all, but you're actually training your own body in order you're training your very own body to stay awake and not to actually go to sleep. And that can be very unhealthy because when you're actually trying to fall asleep and you can't fall asleep, that leads up to you not be able to get that proper sleep management that you possibly need, so you won't be able to get the sleep at all, and that can actually cause death because sleeping for because not going to sleep for a month, which is very proven in a Harvard in one of my resources of Harvard, it show where you can actually die from not getting enough sleep. So that was my fifth and final point. And to wrap it up, these 5 points help shows what happens when you don't get enough sleep, or actually what happens why it is important to get enough sleep. So thank you very much. My name is Keith Hafford again, and I thank you for this time. You have a blessed night.